welcome to Right Away After Party. We are in London and in Florida. How can we be in both places at once? Who knows? That's the magic. So welcome to Right Away, and I am Nick.
I'm Kath, and this is my friend
Holly. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, Holly.
It's lovely.
Hey, Kath and Nick are in. Kath and Holly are in London for Kath's
outside
London.
Buckinghamshire, actually. Doesn't really
London. That's amazing. Okay, so not London.
No, I took 3 different trains, I think, and a bus to get there. Lots of walking.
Yeah.
Very
good.
Got the steps in today.
Yeah.
And you have that lovely garden behind you, and there's a writer house behind there, correct?
Yep.
It's behind me there.
Oh, wow.
That's the other side. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love that. It's like that little secret shed you used to have, Kath, that little house you had. Oh my gosh, the little magic house. Oh my God.
I miss it so much.
Oh.
But it's much better being outside.
Always better to be outside, especially in England where they don't get much sun when the sun shines.
You've been here a week and it's done nothing but be sunny.
I know, that's why, and I always want to be outside.
Because you're here.
So Holly and I have known each other for now 10 years?
9 years.
Yeah, something like that. Who's counting?
Yeah.
Who's counting?
Long enough.
We clicked. We clicked right away. Haha. Away.
I love that. I love that. I can tell she's a really, really special person. Oh my gosh. Just your background alone, your property tells a story. I mean, that tree is so magnificent. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful tree, and it predated my being in this house. It's
oh wow.
A properly old tree.
I would love to hear what inspires you to write, Holly, and like what do you write?
Yeah, so at the moment I'm writing the sequel of a historic novel.
Wow.
I started writing, now we worked this out earlier.
We did.
It was 10 years ago. I've been writing for 10 years.
Yeah, you see, I thought 10 years was a good time to have known her.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a spot on. And yeah, I don't think that I was originally starting writing to think, yes, I want to write. It was just a way of bringing myself back to myself.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I've reincarnated myself on several occasions. So I've been a parent. I've built a house.
She still is a parent, by the way.
Yeah.
But not in the throes of early parenthood.
You meant raising children.
Not dead.
No, they're doing well. I have successfully brought them to adulthood.
Yes, I love that.
But I think, you can get very absorbed in that environment and what it requires of you. And I had very definitely lost a lot of who I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was given the opportunity to write with a mutual friend of ours who runs retreats, and I thought, I don't know whether this is going to be for me, but you know what? It's 5 days. Oh my God, it was.
We never know if it's for us. I promise you. You never feel like at home with the writing. It's always like it's on the outskirts of your life. You're like, I'm trying to catch it. I'm trying to catch that writing bug.
that experience lent me to catch the bug.
Yeah.
Yes.
It gave me the opportunity, and I sat for maybe the first 3 days going, I don't know, everybody's very brilliant. And thinking I didn't have anything, and then I was like, I don't care whether I've got anything or not, this is great, I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden my head was buzzing with words and phrases and poems, and I was just
I love that.
It was incredible. It was like a Kandinsky, it was
I want to interject there and say something that you two have so much in common.
Yeah.
Nick writes every day, every Monday she writes a confession for the week.
Ooh.
And her confessions are deep and soul searching, and and she gets responses, and she's done this for how many years now, Nick?
It's about 2016.
Okay, wow, that's amazing.
Impressive. And Holly writes haikus.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I
Single
love
day,
that.
every single day. She's got
Wow.
a haiku about something that she's seen or been to or experienced, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've been doing that how long now?
Probably 5 years.
Yeah, I would think that's
Yeah.
about right.
Wow. Wow. I love that. Do you post them somewhere? Can I look them up?
Yeah. Yes, you can. I tag most of them more recently with Holly's Haiku
Okay.
on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Holly Sim Potter. 'cause
Okay.
I do pottery.
And what pottery?
And they'll also be under Holly Sim Author.
All right. Maybe Kath can put a little caption at the bottom for us with that.
Let's
I
do
would
that.
love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yep.
I'm gonna look that up myself. I'm so excited to read those. That's one thing I don't feel confident in is poetry. Even though I love words, I'm a wordsmith, but poetry kind of.
Completely agree with you. I look at poetry and I think, I don't know how that works.
I do.
But because it's and this is for somebody who's not a mathematical genius in any way at all. I'm mathematically illiterate, but because it's 575, it's very cramped. It feels,
Yeah.
you can do something creative quite quickly. And I do photography as well. So I connect them with photographs and it's sort of post the images and the words together. So
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna rush over and look at it.
She's so good at it that today when we met up, she sat down. I went and ordered the drinks, came back to the table, boom, she's posted
That's
it, done and
that's
done.
today.
That's how it works. That's how the magic works. Not putting too much thought into it. You can't.
What I think that brings me to is the part that you were talking about, Nick, of bringing the story out of ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that only we are the person to bring out the story that we are given. And
It's true.
I really want Holly to talk about her first trilogy.
Okay.
Can you give us first an elevator pitch?
Oh, probably not.
Well, okay. Young
It's
It's
man.
like, how much time do you have?
It's a trilogy. It's fantasy fiction. It's a genre that I never read, so I don't know how I ended up writing in it. It's totally bizarre. But the idea for it came from that first writing retreat. And I thought, oh, what would happen if the world had no color?
Ooh,
What would a world
wow.
have been like without color?
I
Yeah.
love when a book starts with a question and you just have this
Yeah.
question,
So this whole book, the premise of the book is how color came into the world.
Oh,
So
I love that.
So it's an adventure, it's an exploration, it's coming of age, it's people overcoming their fears. There's
Wow.
loads in it. There's
So
loads.
Is there magic? Is there like magic in it? Or is, yeah.
magic.
There
bit of-
is, yeah, there's things that might not be magic but may appear to be magic.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not magic.
Not like sorcery magic.
No,
It's not
but
like sorcery.
it's kind of, I guess if you looked at Renaissance life and thought the things that they thought were magic because they couldn't be explained by science,
Okay.
it's
love
that
that.
kind of magic. It's
Oh,
not
I love that.
magic as we would see it now, top hats
And
doves.
what's the title? What's the title?
It's what's it called? The Color Keepers. I've kind of I've
She's
it's gone
put
to the edit,
put
but it's
it-
gone into a drawer.
And that's okay. We discussed this last time, right?
Mm.
That
Yes. Yeah. How long was your book in the drawer for? Tell her.
Exactly. It went in the drawer and then it came out. It went in the drawer. Holly's seen all sorts of incarnations of
Yeah.
this book and it went back in the drawer. So there's nothing wrong with a book, anybody's book, going in a drawer,
No.
single or trilogy or anything.
So this and it wasn't ever, I didn't start writing it thinking, oh, this is going to be a trilogy. It was only when I got to a certain point that it was pointed out to me that actually this is way more than a book.
Yes.
And you're not finished yet. So
Okay.
at that point it had to be reframed in my mind in the way that it was approached. And all of those changes happen as you go along, and it doesn't mean that what you've achieved in the meantime has to be junked. You just have to look at it in a different way.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's now in a drawer because I started writing something else, that is also a way of honoring what I'm doing now. It doesn't mean that it's being discounted or thrown out. It's just waiting for its time.
Oh, I hope it's time
You know what?
soon.
I was just thinking, and bear with me, but it's just such a great analogy to like what you and I and Kath and all we're going through with our lives. This is a new chapter of our lives. You know, we didn't put ourselves in a drawer. We were just percolating our lives till we get to this point in our lives where we feel confident and ready to explore this new adventure. And I feel like novels have the same kind of lifespan. You know, some of them come out of the gate running and they just ready for the world, you know, and then others are kind of like they need time, or maybe they need space. Maybe they need you to be in a different place in order to bring them to fruition.
One of the things that we were talking about earlier is how much your story resonates with, although it's not about your life, it's reflective from where you are in your life. So yes, you may not be ready to write the next bit for a while. So it's okay to kind of sit back and go, I'm working on a different project now for a bit. Because
and I love that you're just working on a new project. You're not just stop writing, you know, you're not just thinking about that project solely, but you are. I mean, the back of your mind, I'm sure you're like always kind of thinking, noodling little things in your brain about that story. But I love that you're starting a new story and you're just diving into something new. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been really exciting, and it's a completely different thing.
Tell us what genre it is. Tell us. So again, a little elevator pitch.
Yeah, little elevator pitch. So again, the kernel of the idea came from a really kind of very small evening writing exercise where we were considering traditional names like Faithful, Constance, Patience, you know, and that's so my characters ended up, I've got these two characters, Constance and Patience, who are sisters, and one has eloped.
And we're talking about what era?
So this is 1800s.
1800s.
So
okay.
Typically 1803. So Napoleon's doing his thing in the Channel, and there's a lot historically really interesting things going on.
I love that.
So it's got a really interesting background, but essentially it's a story about two sisters who are separated. They're twins, and they've been separated for the first time in their life, and things as they are, no communication like we have now. Obviously it takes 6 months for a letter to cross the ocean, so
yes.
So it's a very different thing, and that gives you lots of different challenges when writing it. So originally the idea was that it would be an exchange of letters that would complete the story.
Is that called expository? Is that how you say that? Expository?
Epistolary.
Yeah, I think.
Epistolary, that's it. I know it started with an E.
Epistolary or something. Yeah, I think it is a weird pronunciation. But
yeah, it's a complicated word.
Like the epistle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the root.
Epistolary.
Yeah, but actually when I started writing it, it wasn't possible to write that way because there was no exchange. You can't have a one-sided conversation. So having had the idea, it had to be completely rethought and remodeled. So I've ended up using the sister that was left in England and have created a best friend character, basically.
Okay. So is it a dual point of view? Sorry, I cannot talk today.
That's all right.
That's a problem when you're on a podcast.
Single point of view.
A single point of view. Yeah. Oh, okay. Is it first person? Is it third person? What is it?
It's first person.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean that didn't happen straight away either. No. You know, so all of these things can come in, you know, as it evolves as a project.
So there we are. I mean, look at us. We've run out of time already.
We've run out of time. Oh no!
This is what happens when writers get together and they talk about writing. They're.
I think we're gonna have a part 2 of this conversation. I just really enjoyed it.
For the moment, we're gonna say thank you, Holly.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you, Nick, for joining us in England.
Thank you, writer friends. Please like and subscribe our channel. Love you.
Oh, bye.
Bye.